It is a new training week and we started it strong. Yesterday I had a swim session and that went really well, really smooth. I'm starting to see an improvement with my swim technique, so I'm really happy about that. So I just finished a strength training session and it's essentially the same lifting movements that I did in previous videos, and then I worked on some accessory movements. As I've mentioned before, my accessory strength program is from the Dynamic Triathlete Lab, and what I love about it is the fact that you can follow along the movements and it gives you like a day by day, week over week, month over month program. So I really like that. So it helps keep me accountable. I can't believe how cold it got again. It's like 2 degrees Celsius and it's kind of snowing. It was worse earlier. It was actually snowing and now it's kind of like wet snow. I should have brought gloves. I'm now onto my brick run. I did an interval ride just before this and it was hard, but I actually felt stronger this time around. Oh my goodness, the weather is so gross outside, but I was able to get to the pool. I did my swim and overall it felt pretty good. Like, it was hard, but I felt very controlled. And I think what the difference was the fact that I actually ate more this morning. I woke up at a pretty decent time and I was like, I think I have enough time to eat like an actual breakfast. So I had some oatmeal and peanut butter and I think it actually made a difference because I had a lot more energy compared to like when I just ate a banana. I think fueling is definitely something I need to work on. So yeah, I'm gonna continue to eat some pre-workout snacks to just make sure I've got enough fuel and energy for whatever workout that I'm doing. That being said, I do have an interval run later today. I don't know what is up with Mother Nature lately. Like, last week was pretty decent and now this week it's just, it feels pretty windy out, but I'm hoping it lightens up later today, but we'll see. Who knows? It's Vancouver and Vancouver's weather is like all over the place. So it looked like the rain has not stopped and it looks like it's still pretty windy, and I've been contemplating whether or not I should go on the treadmill or just suck it up and take it outside. I've decided to suck it up and take the run outside because at least time will go by a lot faster. Because that's like the one thing I hate about treadmills. Time just goes by so much slower. Today's interval run, it's a little bit on the lower end in terms of volume. So we're going to start with a 20-minute warm up, and then the main working set is going to be 6 intervals of 30 seconds of fast effort, which is going to be in zone 5, and then a 2-minute recovery jog in between. And then after all that, we're going to finish with a 5-minute cool down. Hopefully time does go by super fast and that it's not super windy. Wish me luck. The weather is terrible, but it's only going to be 40 minutes, so let's just get this over and done with. I'm just waiting for my GPS to load and then we'll be on our way. Speed workout done and dusted. That actually wasn't as bad as I thought. Wind's picking up now, but when I started my run it actually wasn't so bad. Kind of got pretty warm and I was like, oh no, did I overdress? But it was okay because it did get windy and a little bit chilly towards the end. Good morning. So today I am scheduled to do an hour of a steady ride and then a strength session, but I'm still unsure whether or not I should do both. I think I'll probably do one or the other, or I'll probably stick to just doing a very light strength session, so something like core and stability, only because I'm currently going through this consent form for my very first VO2 max test, which is happening tomorrow. And as I'm reading through this form, it's telling me like what to expect. So for those who don't know what a VO2 max test is, it's essentially a maximal exercise test. Especially if you are doing heart rate training, this is really helpful to making sure that your ranges are accurate. And so it says here, in terms of what to expect, it's going to be 60-second intervals of increasing intensity until maximum effort is achieved. But as I'm reading through this, it's telling me how to prepare for the VO2 max test, and it says 48 hours before, avoid avoid introducing new exercises, choose light workouts, or rest. Drink plenty of water in the 12 hours leading up to the test. I don't know if you've seen my previous videos, but I talk about how I don't drink a lot of water, so I gotta make sure that I stay hydrated all throughout today and tomorrow morning. So yeah, I'm really nervous. I don't know what to expect because it's my first one. I got something in the mail and I want to unbox it in front of you guys because it is a wetsuit. I don't think we're going to be doing any open water swimming anytime soon. I knew this was going to be something that I needed for the race, so hopefully when it gets a bit warmer out, hopefully sooner rather than later, we can take this out and test it. But I'm gonna unbox it and try it on and hopefully it fits. I believe the wetsuit that I got is from 2XU. It's the Propel swimsuit. Hold on, let me double check. Okay, so yeah, to confirm, I got the wetsuit from 2XU. I actually got it from this local tri store here in Vancouver called Tri Boutique. And the model that I got is called the Propel Triathlon wetsuit. And this is in the color Black Sunset Ombre. How come there are white gloves? There's white gloves in here. What is that for? So I've got on some tri shorts here so that I kind of get a realistic idea of how it's gonna fit underneath this wetsuit. Oh, God. Why is this so hard to get on?
2 hours later.
So tight.
Yeah, hold.
So what do I hold? Oh, my God. Ouch. Oh. Oh, is this supposed to feel this tight?
And then when you come out of the water, you're gonna want to grab this.
This?
And then that will help you pull it down.
And then... What? How?
Yeah, pull it.
Oh.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, gotcha.
Pull this and then...
Can you go like this?
Yeah. As you're running out of the water.
Like this?
Yeah.
Good morning. So we are just parked in front of Tall Tree Clinic, which is the place I'm gonna get my VO2 max test done. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm super nervous, guys. I'm shaking. I'm so nervous, as if it's like a race. But yeah, I just don't know what to expect. I'm gonna take you guys along with me, and then we're gonna see how it goes, what to expect, and watch me suffer.
So what it is it's basically the maximum amount of oxygen you're able to utilize when working at maximum effort.
Yeah. Blood pressure first?
Yeah. So this is pretty well perfect in my eyes, yeah.
And that just continually ramps up. There's no rest in between each.
Exactly, yeah. It's a continuous test.
And
so there'll be a 5-minute warm up again at whatever kind of pace we found. And then after that 5 minutes, we'll bump you up to the test speed.
Okay.
So the way we're going to increase intensity is with incline on the treadmill.
Gotcha.
Okay, because this allows us to really gradually increase the intensity and not kind of get your heart rate going real high, real fast.
Oh.
After the first minute, we'll be increasing incline of 2 degrees. You get the mask on?
No, but yes.
Yeah. Okay.
My legs are inclined. Terrible. My calves.
That's some good news for you.
Okay.
You did really good. You did great. So
Yay.
your VO2 max is right here, 54.7.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The values are in milliliters per kilogram per minute.
Okay.
Okay. So again, we were talking longevity wise, right? That's where this graph here comes into play. That's how you compare. You're in the 99th percentile.
Oh, yay. Okay, sweet.
So,
Superior.
so longevity-wise, you're in a really, really great spot.
Okay.
Okay, there's low risk of cardiovascular disease, low risk of dying in the next 10 years, basically, as well. Okay, all great things.
Okay.
Perfect. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Oh my God. Yeah, actually it wasn't as bad as I thought. So I'm currently setting up my bike because I still have a steady ride to do. I feel like I should have done this yesterday because I don't feel like doing anything today, especially after that VO2 max test. But honestly, overall, it actually wasn't that bad. Like, I was dreading it going into it. For the majority of the test, it felt pretty easy, and then it wasn't until like the last few minutes it started to get hard. And even then, when I look back and talking to Ijaz, who was the kinesiologist at the clinic, he was like, did you feel like you were at like your max, like 10 out of 10 effort? I was like, no, probably like 8.5 to 9. So I still feel like I could have pushed it, but of course, safety first. We didn't want to be like bouncing off the treadmill, as he said. Now it's just time to get this workout in, and then we'll be done for the day. Good morning. So it is Saturday, which is also another testing day. I've got an FTP RAM test to do today. So the goal is to hopefully get that higher. And then right after that, I do have a brick run of 30 minutes. What? I thought it was 30 minutes of easy running, but it looks like the first 5 minutes I'll be running at a fast pace, and then the remainder at target race pace. This one's gonna be a little quicker than what I thought it was gonna be. But yeah, so let's get this ramp test started. Still trying to recover, but just finished my FTP test. Now it's time to transition into my 30-minute run, where I'll be doing some zone 5 work and race pace work. And just like that, 30-minute brick run, done and dusted. And thankfully that felt strong all throughout. So now that I am back from my brick run, it's time to review my FTP test results. My last FTP that I logged in, which was, I think, back in November, and my FTP was a 143, and now it went up, thankfully. I've improved to a 167. I did the ramp test light because 1, I still consider myself a beginner cyclist, and 2, I'm under 132 pounds. When I did it, I was like, the last power to hit was 250 watts, and I ended at 230, and I was like, oh my gosh, I was so close to hitting 250. But yeah, it's cool to see like how much you can improve on whatever discipline it is. The downside of training for a triathlon is just time management. Like, I'm really good at being on top of my training lately, but other life stuff has kind of been in the back burner, like cleaning up our house. And we've got people coming over later tonight for a little get together. So after Kian is done his bike ride, we're gonna have to clean up the place because it's not looking great. Good morning. It is Sunday and it's very late. It's 9:37 today. We actually like just woke up because we had a pretty late night last night. Some friends came over for games night and it just went really late because Kian is very competitive.
Excuse me?
He really wanted to win. That being said, because I took an unplanned rest day on Thursday, that meant I pushed out my steady ride to Friday after my VO2 max test, which also meant that I pushed out my swimming to today. But today's pretty busy in terms of other life stuff. I am also scheduled for a long run as well as a strength session. So I'm like, something has to give because I don't think I can fit everything in one day. I've decided to sacrifice swimming and focus on the run just because that is like the main workout for Sunday, is to focus on long runs. So I'm gonna do that, and then I've decided to fit in strength just because strength is one of the things I want to work on. And I'm not too worried about the swim since I've been pretty good with that lately. And so I was like, okay, maybe I can just kind of skip that for today. Prior to my Ironman training, I would usually only have like 2 slices of bread and then 2 eggs, but now I've upped that just because I'm burning a lot more calories and energy during my workouts. So I've upped it to 3 eggs, 3 slices of bread, and then I add in additional calories from the honey. And of course, I just have to have my coffee. And then every morning I like to take some vitamin D. What's vitamin D good for again?
Boosting your
Immune system?
Immune system.
Oh, it says your healthy bones and teeth. So yeah, so I take...
And moods.
And mood? To keep you happy and less depressed. So I take vitamin D every morning. I like the gummy version just because they're tasty. It tastes like candy. So I take one of these throughout every day. I try really hard to drink at least 3 of these. I've managed to hit like 2 of these, which is around 710 milliliters. I believe that's 24 ounces. And then I also add in some electrolytes. I typically use Noon, and so I just add that in to help with the absorption of water. I'll take half of it just because the flavor is really strong, and I just put that in. During my run today, since it's only 15 minutes, I'm likely not gonna take any hydration or fuel, but usually if it's more than an hour, I'll take gels with me. I used to take Humagels, but in the future I'm gonna try practicing with Morden gels just because they've got that on the Ironman course, and I've tried it before and I didn't mind it, so I'm just gonna try them again and see how they go. And then if the intensity is pretty high and I need more carbs in addition to the gels, so like say a long bike ride, I'll add in Noon Endurance into the drink. I think the other option that I have here that I haven't tried yet is this drink mix by Morden, and this has 160 calories, I believe. I'm not going to be taking any of that today on my long run just because it's quite short and it's at a very low intensity. So this will likely be saved for the next longer run that I have. $1K, $2K, $3K, $4K, $5K, $6K, $7K, 15-minute run, done and dusted. Even though that run did not feel so good, I just felt so sleepy and just so out of it the entire time. I mentally and physically couldn't get into it. But final distance was 7.83 kilometers. Now it's time to do some strength. This is the last time I'm ever gonna sleep late. Even though I got like 8 hours of sleep, sleeping past my typical bedtime, I just felt so groggy in the morning and it just didn't bode well for the rest of the day. I'm glad I didn't go push myself to swim because I was like, oh my God, should I just get up and go swim and then run and then do strength? But you know, looking back, especially after having 2 big tests, like with my VO2 max and my FTP, I'm like, okay, I think I deserve to, you know, miss a workout. It's not the end of the world. It's just the type A in me where I want everything to be perfect. I'm a work in progress, and now I'm just having some protein. I usually take protein after a workout, almost like every workout that I have, just to make sure that my muscles get the nutrients they need to recover. It's just powdered protein that I typically have. We usually have chocolate protein, sometimes vanilla, sometimes peanut butter, but this one that I've been using recently, just because it's so refreshing, it's this Mike and Ike sour watermelon flavor. So I take a scoop, put it in some water, and then I'll add some ice just so it has that like Only thing I don't like about this is that like usually you should have a shaker with it, so the consistency of it isn't like the greatest. Sometimes some clumps will show up, but you know, it is what it is. Just shake it. Go, go, go! Almost there. Almost there. You got this. So I totally meant to document the rest of like my nutrition and everything that I was eating, as well as some supplements that I took after my long run, but the day just got away from me. I did have some post-run treats when I met up with Kian after his long run, but then after that it was just kind of go, 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 and I just didn't have time to vlog it. But I'll make sure to go a little bit more in depth with my nutrition, supplements, fueling, and all that in next week's video, so stay tuned. So that being said, it is the end of this week's training, and overall I did pretty well with the exception of not doing one swim session. I should have done my swimming on Thursday since it ended up being a rest day, and since, you know, swimming is usually the lightest impact out of everything, I could have pushed it to Thursday, and I still would have been okay for the VO2 max test, but you know, it is what it is, hindsight 2020. But yeah, it was a big test week, so you know, it is okay if I missed one workout. The volume and the intensity was a little bit on the lower end this week. So the total distance and time I did for all the activities, it was 8 hours and 42 minutes with just under 4K of swimming, 66 kilometers of biking, and 28 kilometers of running. So that ends this week's video. Don't forget, I do have a series that documents my entire 70.3 journey, so if you haven't seen any of the videos, you can watch it here. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!